Here we go. Bit of deja vu here. And you really hear that rasp coming through that we heard out on track.
Yeah, we won't need to encourage you to do this, but people will already go and grab all these clips and lay them over top of each other and realise that the Stratos we had on track really does sound exactly like the one.
That's what I'm going to be doing after the stream. Is going to be going back and seeing if I can get all the different sounds to be like, yes, you did do it. Well done.
This one, I think, translated really well into the game.
Golf R there.
This one's lovely. Quite a lot of people around the studio have this car, so there's a lot of people who know exactly how it should
resonate with this one, yeah. I think it's one of the things that, I mean, following last episode in which we were talking about the sky, and the sky being an actual image of the Mexican sky, and now knowing that these cars are the actual recorded, what I'm trying to say is art is quite literally imitating life in a game that is ridiculously fun to play, right?
We're trying to be as accurate and sort of, I guess, trying to portray real life as much as we possibly can, whilst making it fun for all the players to listen to. I love the sound of this GT.
The Huracan cover car from FH2.
The vibes coming off that right now, with the fireworks in the background. Oh goodness, when is it? November 9th? Is it now, please?
This one was interesting because someone on the dev team actually has this in the car park, and every day he would come around and say, "Come and have a listen. Like, like make sure it sounds exactly like this."
Do some extra credit.
Yeah. These Ferraris sound really mean. And we got some really good Ferrari recordings in the game now. And of course, the Dodge Viper, which I think a lot of people will be happy to see this featured here. Just a little snippet. And something interesting to point out here is, I guess when you see this video after the stream, something to listen out for is all the different tyre sounds and all the different vehicles. We've now got different skid sounds based on the vehicle and the tyre size, so that if you're in a massive truck, you'll hear that, as well as, you know, skid tyres and drift tyres and stuff.
I should be like that and waiting for us to finish talking.
This one, I love this area of the map because it features into something we'll probably talk about a little bit later on, where you can hear everything slap off of the canyon walls.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Any second.
There it is.
No, it's live. Yeah, so here you can see that we're in the player house in the normal upgrade flow, and you can go to your intake, and here, as you apply the different stock, street, race, and sport performance modes, you can hear that actually change the sound of your car. And don't worry, I've talked all over the top of it, but we will make this video available afterwards.
Yeah, a cool new feature as well, you can now rev your engine from inside the garage, so as you're trying out these different upgrades, you can rev the engine and see exactly what it sounds like.
I'm also a big fan of the graph, just going to say it. Love a graph. It sort of adds to how nerdy and wonderful this all feels.
So you can do it with your exhaust as well, depending on the upgrade paths per car. You'll be able to hear your exhaust note change. And it's important to point out that this doesn't actually it doesn't change the volume of the car, because then it would unsettle the mix. What it does is it actually changes the character of the car. So it sounds completely different, and it gives you that feeling of actually taking off a complete exhaust and replacing it with an entirely different manufactured part. And then one thing, this is one of my favorite parts of we've been working with the physics team really, really closely to introduce drivetrain flex back into the game, which is really cool. And that sort of gives you that wobble on the cars, so that as you're taking off in lower gears, because it goes,
it's reacting to it,
and then as you're in higher gears, it's kind of which is really cool. But
Any
also,
more sounds of what it does?
Honestly, Charlie, he
Just
does
you
this
wait.
all the time. He's just- he's like that guy from Police Academy.
Unsufferable. And the other thing you would have seen there on the camshaft upgrades is a lot of people have picked up on the limiter behaviors in some of the cars. So as the car is bouncing off the limiter, if it's at a lower one, all the cars in Forza Horizon 4 used to have a set limiter behavior. So they go like wow, 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 where they're up the top. Whereas as you upgrade it, you'll hear it kind of go wah, 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 when it's up the top. I knew
Do
you
you
were
do
gonna
this
laugh at
in
me.
meetings?
All the time.
Is this
all
how
the
you
time.
communicate what you want your
Yeah,
team
I
to
want it a
do?
little bit more rather than vroom.
It works. I completely understand what you mean, so it's effective.
So yeah, as you upgrade your car on your intake, your exhaust, you will have seen as you go through.